Hey guys, Dr. Braddock here. I've got a question for you. What I want to ask you is something very, very important. Cruise ship or nursing home? I'm serious, that's the question. And here's what I want you to think about. Whether you know it or not, what we do today directly affects what we get tomorrow. So here's what I want you to think about. And this is really cool because I am blessed to see a tremendous amount of patients in my office each week. And a good number of those patients are either at retirement age or are retired at this point. And there's kind of two different groups that they fit into, two different categories. Group A is a group of patients that, despite it all, every single time they're in my office, they probably have 2 to 3 other doctor's appointments that day. They're seeing their neurologist or their oncologist or their orthopedist, their pain management specialist. Somewhere they're going to a multitude of doctors. And it's not just that one day, but it's all week long, every week of every month. They're seeing one doctor after another. It's really sad. One of the other things that I see that's kind of a common trend amongst this category or group of patients is the fact that they're on a tremendous amount of medications. They're the people who literally have in their purse or their billfold a fold-out list of all the medications that they're currently on. And sometimes I've seen as many as 8 or 12 different prescribing doctors. All people, no doubt, trying to help them, but in the long run, these people categorically are really, really unhealthy. Right? They're really, really sick. They're spending all their time, like it or not, going from doctor's office to doctor's office, from medication to medication, procedure to procedure, all trying to regain just the tiniest shred of health, the tiniest little bit of quality of life that they can gain back so they can actually be doing what they want to be doing. I can almost say across the board that every single person that falls into that category was never in their 20s or their 30s saying, when I hit 65, I'd like to spend all my time in a doctor's office, Or when I hit 65, I'd like to spend all the extra money I have trying to buy the medications that I need to prolong life. I don't think anybody planned for that. Now, here's the other thing though. This is the cool part. I have a whole different category of people. Same age, same backgrounds, a lot of the same type of people. However, they sometimes have a hard time at the front desk laying out their calendar and along their social schedule to try to fit their adjustments in. All right, these are people that are, it's an Alaskan cruise, right? Or they're going to Fiji. They're going trail riding in Missouri. They're taking, the other day, 3,300-mile road trip on their Harley to see the United States. These are people who are actually retired. Day in and day out, they're headed to Branson. They're going to see their grandkids. They're going to visit family in Nebraska. Constantly, they're traveling. They're doing something nonstop. These people are really actually enjoying life. Many of these people are people who've put in a lot of hard work along the way. They have people that have really worked their fingers to the bone, and now it's time for them to actually enjoy life and kind of reap what they've sown, and they have the health to experience that. The other group of people, still people who've worked really hard, people who've invested their life in really hard work. However, they don't have the health to enjoy this time in their life. All right, they're really actually kind of struggling through it. So here's the thing. This is the moment. This is the most important part of this small video, is understanding the fact that those decisions that are being made today for those people were really laid out or actually made years and years and years ago. All right. Now, here's what I want you to think about. The easiest way to analyze this, a really good analogy, is a financial advisor, or the way that you would look at your finances. I actually sat down with a financial advisor in my early 20s. I had no idea what I was doing, but I sat down with a financial advisor in my early 20s. Very first word out of his mouth, retirement. What do you have planned for retirement? I didn't have anything planned for the end of the week at that point in my life. But he wanted to know what I had planned for retirement. And I can guarantee you across the board, if you sit down with a financial advisor, that's one of the very biggest points that they're going to talk on is retirement. Because we all know, and it would be irresponsible to think that we could just not do anything for retirement. We couldn't put any money away or even make any plans for retirement, and then to hit 65 and go, here it is, let's enjoy it, where's my retirement money? That's ridiculous. None of us would do that. We know, like it or not, whether you have it or not, if you're going to enjoy retirement, you have to be making some plans, right? You have to be putting that money somewhere in some sort of a vehicle or saving it somehow that's going to work for you long term. You know we have to plan for retirement today if we're going to enjoy it when it gets here. Health is the same way, all right? And probably even more important that you plan ahead for that, because the decisions you make today are directly going to affect what level of health you experience at that moment of your life. So if you think about it, no one sits around and neglects their health totally only to roll around at 65 or 70 and say, all right, those are the people who are suddenly get bad news at the doctor's office, right? There's suddenly one thing after another. It continues to pile up. And these people are the people that my heart really aches for. And no doubt, we work our tails off to try to get these people as much health as we can, much quality of life back as we can, but you can only do so much at that point. If you hit retirement age 65 and you've never saved a penny, you can start to save some money. You can put some money away somewhere, but we all know you're never going to be able to put away enough money to really, really retire on like you could have if you would have started when you were 20, 30, 40 years old. That's what I want you to think about today. Literally what you decide today, whether you come and get adjusted, whether you take care of your spine and your nervous system, whether you choose to eat sensibly, to actually eat foods made by God rather than foods made by man, whether you choose to take the correct supplements that are necessary for your body to have all the nutrients, to get the proper exercise that our body actually has to have to run on. Those things that you do today, you're going to reap those rewards long term. So literally, you decide today, do you want retirement in a doctor's office or a nursing home or somewhere worse? Or do you want retirement from one cruise to the next, to literally having more trouble planning out your social schedule than trying to remember what medication you take at what time of the day? Something to think about. Your health is your wealth. To close with a really cool quote that I heard at one point, many people sacrifice their health to try to attain wealth most of their life, only when they get to the end of it to sacrifice all their wealth trying to regain the smallest amount of health just so they have it to actually enjoy life. Don't be there. Make sure you're getting adjusted. Make sure you're getting the proper nutrition. Make sure you're getting the proper exercise. If you need any help with any of that, make sure you ask. We're here to help. We love you. God bless. I'll see you at the table.